Hi, you guys. I'm Pablos. I run a venture fund investing in mad scientists and crazy hackers and people who are really inventing the real breakthroughs that could help us solve some of the big problems in the world. We call that deep tech. And I'm going to give you some examples. So the relentless onslaught of clouds and nighttime has been fucking with our solar panels. And we don't know what to do about it. There's no battery that can store enough energy for New York City through the night. But what's interesting is that if you look up and you look at these solar panels, we've deployed gigawatts of them. This is Germany, for example. I like to make fun of Germany. And in the winter, the sun don't shine. They're getting like 3% of their installed capacity. So we're really lying to ourselves about what's really possible here. But if you look up in space, it looks like nighttime. It's actually noon all the time. So if you put a solar panel in space, it'll get sun 24 hours a day, and you can beam that energy down to Earth using radio waves. This is actually possible now. All this stuff, we call it deep tech. To explain it to my mom, I had to come up with a name for the other stuff. You know, the kids in San Francisco who are having weed delivered to their dorm room by a drone. Yeah, I mean, look, that's cool, but software is eating the world because it is so generally applicable, right? Software is cheap and fast and all that stuff. And in the 80s, we had to make our software, for, turn everything into like websites, and then it was mobile apps, and now we're doing it all with AI. But we kind of got drunk on software, and the world can't eat software. So energy, water, waste, food, sanitation, all the things that humans rely on, every human relies on, you will not solve those things with software alone. Cargo ships, once they get over the horizon, they start burning this nasty bunker oil that's like optimized for carbon emissions, right? And it's just to get your Happy Meal toys from China to Los Angeles. This is industry's probably twice the emissions of air travel. But imagine if you duct tape a Tesla to the front of a cargo ship and then have a robot sail, then you need no crew, you need no fuel, no emissions. This is the kind of thing that's totally possible. We've had sailing working for centuries, right? In Silicon Valley, we celebrate entrepreneurs. We've thrown the inventors under the bus. And this is why a whole generation of our brightest dropouts are making startups out of, inflatable mattresses. What if we give them some real tech? We could be in an amazing world. Look, nobody loves software more than me, but we've been investing in SaaS holes when we could be taking this toolkit and aiming it at much more important stuff. If you're making a hypersonic jet or a rocket or a Tesla, you design it in software, you test it in software, you crash it in software thousands and thousands of times until you know what to build, and then you build one. That's what's possible. In Silicon Valley, our religion is called scratch an itch. And you basically, it's budget market research, and it sort of explains why these kids are, running out of problems. It's cool, make an iPhone app, but then take on a problem you don't have. Take on a problem 1 billion people have. Cement's a good one. We make everything out of cement. It's about 10% of global CO2 emissions. And the stuff is loaded with steel reinforcement, and it still crumbles in 50 years. Well, I found this thing in Rome. It's unreinforced concrete in a seismic zone. It's been there for 2,000 years. Nobody can figure out why. But I found a team at MIT that figured out how they did it. So we can now make cement that lasts forever, and it's 20% less CO2. I got a napkin and added up the revenue from all the software companies in the world, 2 trillion. But global GDP is 100 trillion. Silicon Valley's after 2% of humanity. Come on, this is letting us down. If you're looking at plastic bottles to recycle them, we might as well just burn more gas and make fresh plastic. This isn't working. We should actually be doing a lot better, and we're not. We're burning more coal to recycle this stuff. But we haven't even started recycling the most expensive stuff on Earth. I found a team that can recycle the gold out of electronics waste, right? We spend tens of billions of dollars a year on gold going into electronics, and it ends up in a gold mine we call landfill. Now we can get that back. If you close your eyes and think of the word pollution, you probably get this. We found a team that can take the exhaust out of the smokestack, cryogenically freeze it, separate out different gases, pump it into trucks, and sell it. Literally pollution to profit. So I'm Pablos. If you haven't heard enough bullshit from me, There's a podcast, an upcoming bestseller, and if you know any inventors with crazy hair and a DeLorean, send them my way so that we can help them out. Thank you.